So, comedians, you're going to be called up in order. I am going to call you to the stage, and you're going to have to come up with something funny for about 90 seconds. And our first comic for the night, Trevor Stewart. This is an encore performance. Give him a round of applause. All right, Trevor.
What you got for me?
You have to talk about something that is very integral to sustaining our modern society. What do you have to say about corn?
Corn.
Yellow?
It is yellow.
Do you want to get up here?
Sometimes it's white, sometimes it's blue. No, I'm not going for that rhyme. It is, it's kind of boring, actually. It's taken over all of our farmland. It's become this genetically modified organism. I personally like it like that. I can taste the genetic tampering. I say leave it alone. Leave it like that. Tastes better.
Like if you time traveled back to the 1800s and they gave you an ear of corn, it would just be the most disgusting thing.
I'd probably be kind of bland, kind of gamey, a little tough.
It really is hard to accept anything without chemical additives.
Yeah, well, you know, okay. My proof of how this is good, how chemical additives and genetic modification is good, is that big beef is supposed to give you larger mammaries. And I think it's doing wonders for me. I love what it's doing for the rest of the world.
Do you I agree. Do you have any thoughts on Thanksgiving while you're here? What'd you do for Thanksgiving, Trevor?
Nothing fun.
What'd you do? Come on.
I hung out with my family. It was boring or normal. It was telling jokes and having fun. Nobody fought. Everybody was polite. It was boring. It was almost unreal. It was like some Norman Rockwell painting. I was actually glad to get out of there. I thought I was in some sort of alternate universe.
So you're saying if people want to enjoy their holidays, shoot for boring.
I suppose so. Interesting is, well, interesting.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Trevor Stewart. All right, Mary Walkus. Did I say it right?
Yes, you did.
That was my
Congratulations.
That was my third attempt of the night. I finally got it right. All right, do you have anything to say about car crashes?
What?
Car crashes.
Car crashes.
You can go with cars. Anything amusing about cars you can think of off the top of your head?
Car crashes. So, recently, as in the past 10 years, I have tried to apply for a job at a place where you have to learn or you have to know how to drive a manual. And since I'm a kid who grew up in the 80s, that never happened. So all I knew...
What's manual?
So all I knew was automatic, and so I asked a bunch of people that I knew, hey, do you drive a manual? Can I learn? It's like, fuck no, you can't drive my car. Finally, I had a friend who was willing to give me the benefit of the doubt that I wasn't going to crash it and, run over some kids or something. And she said, okay, you're going to learn. And went to the high school, and I was learning the different transmissions and all that fancy stuff. And I didn't die, and that's all I have to say. I didn't crash. Crashes suck.
Weird that you couldn't find a way to make car crashes funny.
Weird.
Regardless, everyone give it up for Mary. It's her first time on the stage. Thank you for coming out. All right, our third comic, Winston Smith. Yeah, you remember him. That's all right to clap.
I was the first black guy.
Assassinated.
And as if you haven't conquered enough controversial subjects, what do you have to tell us about sex changes?
Ooh. Jinkies.
Would you date a girl with a sex change?
Would I date a girl with a sex change?
I guess a guy with a sex change.
Well, you don't know my sexual preference.
I know. That's why I apologized earlier.
Yeah. Well, I don't think I would, but I mean, like, we've been talking about that lately. I'm saying we as if you know who the hell like I talk to. But like, I actually had this conversation recently about like gender because like some people are like, well, it's not about what's there, it's what you feel. Which I feel like is kind of a weird thing to me. I don't know, like, I guess I don't really understand that logic, but, you know, I feel like I kind of feel a penis, so, like, that makes you a guy.
Yeah, like I physically feel a penis.
I physically feel, you mentally feel you're a woman, but I physically feel a penis. We should probably stop right now. Yeah, so sex change, good thing. I think. Like, I mean, not for everybody, I guess, but for those-
You're not saying everyone in here should get a sex change.
Yeah. Well, I totally feel like people who are just like, it's all about the way I feel. That's someone that's totally afraid to cut off the balls, like, because they know that. I don't want to say that. I was gonna say they're just too good, but.
But no, you bring up a good point. Honestly, anyone who thinks they can cut off their own balls is more of a man than I am.
This is very much true. Yeah, totally. And stuff them, like, don't they just stuff them in or up? I think that's how it works. I don't think they chop the balls off at all. I think they chop the dick off and they stuff the balls.
Oh, then I'm in.
Yeah, what?
Balls become ovaries.
Balls become ovaries. Oh, they don't leave at least like a little bit of the balls as a clitoris? Like what?
No, the balls become ovaries.
That's for real?
We have the woman on the side of the stage yelling at us to stop talking. Ladies and gentlemen, Winston Smith. All right, keep it going for Loris Jarvis Jr. Loris, the audience, what do you have to say about... I can't read that one. So, next one, what do you have to say about pizza?
That's the fat guy about pizza, all right. What I have to say about pizza is... No matter, well, Brothers is the best place to get pizza.
Do you know that's where I work?
Do you?
But Tom and I both work at Brothers.
Well, I did not know that until just now. Pizza is great because it's one of those things that the more drunk or the more high you are, the less you have to spend on a pizza to make it delicious. Like, if everybody's sober, you're like, oh, well, we gotta get like Ciro's or somewhere. You know, and Ciro's isn't that expensive, but you gotta get like, put meat and everything. Yeah, Cece's. But I mean, when you get drunk and high enough, it's like you go to ShopRite or whatever that place is and get the 74-cent pizzas, and you can eat a dozen of them for cheaper than I mean, that's one of my favorite things about pizza.
Otherwise, I've always thought like it is ridiculous. It's hard. Say you wanted to order a meats pizza and didn't order the meats pizza, it would cost like twice as much as the meats pizza. Like if you just added on every topping that's on the meats pizza, and it makes me think just like people adding on other toppings we don't have. Like how much would broken glass be?
Yeah. Well, when you say meats pizza, it kind of makes me hungry and sick at the same time, because that's one of the most disturbing things to me about pizza. Like I love pizza, but I will take a slice of cheese or pepperoni. Don't put a fucking vegetable on my pizza though. But the meat, like when people put like 17 different kinds of meat on their pizza, or they come out with this new specialty pizza that costs $35 because it has half the grocery store on top of it. That's a little overkill for me. I don't need that. And that kind of goes the opposite direction, because if I'm drunk, I want it, but it tastes the same as the. If you have some mozzarella cheese and some pepperoni and maybe some Parmesan, and you get one of those 74-cent pizzas and you doctor it up a little bit, it's edible.
Yeah, it's like the more drunk you aren't even thinking about the fact that you're inhaling it. You're just satisfied that something's in your stomach.
And I like those 74-cent pizzas when they're not quite crispy on the bottom, because you can roll them up in a burrito. So I've heard.
We've just turned this into a fat guy
I know.
podcast. Lawrence Jarvis Jr., ladies and gentlemen. Hand it to Alice. Keep it going for Alice Blair, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Alice. Tell us about your most recent crazy experience at the grocery store.
Oh, at the grocery store. You said Buffalo Wild Wings. I was set. Oh no, this was really fun for me. So I got really shit-faced with one of my friends on like $10 wine a couple weeks ago. So, luxury, $10 for a bottle, what's that shit? But no, and I remember another friend picked me up. I don't remember very much between leaving my friend's house and getting home, but I know the next morning I woke up and I looked in my fridge, and there was a baguette, there was brie, there was fig spread, and there was a Starbucks double shot espresso.
Like Santa came.
And 2 boxes of sushi. Wow! Yeah, drunk Alice fucking takes care of shit. And then I checked my bank account and I had spent like $80 and I was really upset. And then I found like the other like 8 bottles of wine and I was like, okay, it works.
So what's the Buffalo Wild Wings story then?
I tried to fight a guy last night.
What did he do?
He was yelling in my. We went to trivia night. You know what I mean. Yeah, it was a friend's farewell trivia night. He's about to move to Richmond.
That's the thing you do. To properly send somebody off. You ask them questions they may not know.
Fuck that. We knew everything. But no, one of the questions was a sports question, so I didn't fucking care. And I was sitting there, and some guy comes up and starts yelling something about the Falcons and pointing at people going, that's an answer for you! That's an answer for you! However, one of my teammates decided to get belligerent with the drunk guy, which makes sense, and was like, actually, this is what's up. So guy got right up next to me and started yelling at Denny. And, yeah. I wasn't happy because I was trying to hear the next trivia. This isn't funny. This is my life. This is a snapshot of my life. Just a little Polaroid for everybody in the room. And I don't get angry very often, especially at bars. But I got to the point where I slammed my arm against the wall and went like this a little bit at this guy. And yeah.
Do you happen to remember what trivia question you were so proud that you knew the answer to?
Last night? It was like they played Radioactive by Imagine Dragons backwards twice, and it was really exciting.
You're telling me that's a good time?
I don't know what a good time is to you.
So if I play Radioactive backwards twice,
and you get a gift card for recognizing it? Fuck yeah!
And you don't think you get that same sensation without Imagine Dragons?
It was the first time they ever played a song backwards and I actually recognized it. Somebody else recognized it first, so I just kind of sat there and was trying to write my set for tonight, but...
People aren't laughing, but I think that's because you have such a backwards way of thinking. Alice Blair, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, that was a compliment. You got the trivia question right. I was trying to make it make sense. Ladies and gentlemen, Tom Wagoner. All right, Tom.
I almost missed a step, and I haven't been drinking.
Tom, this is a question. We've been friends for a long time.
Are you breaking up with me?
I'm not.
In front of all these people?
I'm not. But I am going to ask you something I've never asked you about before.
Oh, yes!
Oh. In
So
front of all these people?
this is over a decade's worth of friendship, and somehow I haven't gotten around to this. Tom, what do you know? Do you have any personal experience with prostitutes?
Well, let me get the stool here and let's sit down and have us a conversation. Yes.
Go.
You want to know about it? They don't want to hear.
I'm not the only one.
They don't want to hear this stuff. Research. I gotcha.
You know I got shit on that stool, right?
That's fine.
Yeah, you've been with prostitutes.
I've been with a prostitute. So yeah, I was. Yeah, yes, but no. It's gonna come off as kind of a racist thing, but it's not meant to be. I was writing. I lived in St. Louis at the time. Go figure. And I was about 18. About 18, I guess.
The earliest possible age to experience.
I was legal. Don't arrest her. Yes, I paid for it, but she needed money. She borrowed it. But I was riding through downtown St. Louis with a friend of mine who happened to be black and older than me.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No. And we were looking for weed, and me being 18 and white in the city, I had no idea. And we just kind of saw a guy walking down the street, and we rolled up on him, and he said, "Hey, yo, brother, what's up, man? Yo, hey, come here, man. You want to get some weed, dog?" See, I couldn't do that. I would have got shot. That's not racist. That's just the truth.
It's almost like a privilege.
Yeah, like I can't talk like that.
Yeah, these black people with their privileges can sell
Yeah.
weed without getting arrested.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I don't understand. And yeah, he just, "No, dog, I don't have anything with me, but you go up to my boy's house up here, he'll hook you up." So we went up to his boy's house, and the guy gave him the money. And while the guy selling the drugs was an African American. And there were two other African Americans in the room also, and they were pretty big.
I'm just telling you.
I'm just stating facts.
I'm
not saying this is like black people sell drugs.
I'm just saying that better be a relevant point in the upcoming rest of the story.
Well, let's see where this goes. You're in for you started this. You asked for this.
You're right. This is a pin it all on me.
This is Ken's fault. Beat him up for making me be semi-racist. While he suggested, they were large. They were big men, and I was intimidated.
BBBWs.
But they weren't women. They were men. They were men. Big black men.
Big, beautiful bowel movement.
Sure, whatever.
BBB.
And he said, enjoy one of the girls while I'm gone. And there were two girls that came down and sat at the table, and I was pretty nervous. And one of them looked like she had a serious problem with crack. The other one, not so much. So I picked that one. I picked the one with the less obvious crack problem.
I wonder what the addiction to crack ratio is with addiction to dick.
I do not know the science on that, sir.
Yeah, you went with the other choice. Bad question.
I went with the less looking crack addict.
You felt in this situation it would make you feel more normal.
Yeah.
Somewhat, yes.
Okay.
She's the least likely to have something. And yeah.
Crack equal crab.
Potentially.
Potentially. You're a smart man.
Do you want to know the rest of the story, or do I have to leave?
I'm gonna keep interrupting you, but I want to know the rest.
Well, the rest of the story is pretty fucking pathetic because I was 18 years old and she spent about 15 minutes trying to blow me, and I was drunk and could not perform. Yeah. And here's something really interesting. Now, knowing what's going on in this house, right? I know that this girl's a prostitute. The other people in the house know this girl's a prostitute. They saw me go upstairs to her room. They can probably figure out what's going on.
Wait, before you go on, but nobody saw, there hasn't been a further exchange of money.
Not to my knowledge, but I was pretty fucking drunk.
Okay.
And I didn't even really care. I was getting my wiener sucked.
I'm saying this for her image, not yours.
Exactly. Where was I? So the people
You got your wiener sucked.
The other people in the house obviously knew what was going on, right? So there I lay on the bed with my pants undone and my business out when the door opens and another woman walks in, and my first reaction is to cover up, like she didn't know my dick was out. And they proceeded to have a conversation for about 5 minutes while my dick was out, and nobody brought it up. I was slightly offended.
Just the
My dick is out
operation.
here, ladies. Don't you want to talk about? Shouldn't we talk about my dick a little bit? I mean,
So-
that's why we're here.
So this is the day that you're 18 and genuinely surprised that every woman isn't astounded by your dick.
Right? My dick is out of low. Don't you want it? And even though I couldn't,
That's the first step to marriage, people.
yeah. Wow. That's not fair. Your wife's not here.
That's why I could say it.
Yeah. She suggested, would you like to? I was apologetic to a prostitute. I don't know. It's never happened to me before. I've never had a problem getting an erection.
You owe her a lot.
I felt bad that she was a bad prostitute. She offered. She said, "Well, we could try to fuck if you want." And I said, "With that?"
She needs your validation.
If you want, we can try to fuck. And I said, "Well, I guess we could try." She said, "That'll be another $20. I said, "I don't have any money. I paid the dude downstairs."
I'm here for weed. Who are you?
I just came for weed, and that dude downstairs has all my money.
So are you already high at this point?
No, I was pretty drunk. I had got high because we couldn't find weed.
Okay.
Yeah, and I couldn't fuck her because I didn't have $20.
So you didn't even think about saying
Lesson
yes.
learned, people. Pay the prostitute, not the dude downstairs. I learned a life lesson that night.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tom
Thank you.
Wagner. Oh man, I learned a lot just now. All right, getting to our next comic. Please welcome to the stage, Will Smith. Now, Will, you've already admitted you'll have a slightly skewed perspective
I
here.
hit it up again. I got another one. Shit. How do I follow that up?
Do it in the Gilbert Gottfried voice.
Oh, Jesus. Good. Thanks for the. I'll put that one in my 6-shooter.
So, Will, you either have crabs or the Irish to talk about.
Whoa!
You get a choice.
How about
And either kind of crab, so you have 3 choices.
either kind of crab?
Yeah, like Sebastian or the one you don't want to tell everyone about.
Wait, so cartoon crabs, real crabs, or crabs that go on your dick?
Yes.
That's 3 kinds of crabs, or the Irish. You have given me a literal smorgasbord of comedy gold mining.
It also makes me wonder how crabby the Irish are.
Whoa! Let me ask you a question, Ken. How many potatoes does it take to kill an Irishman?
400 a day.
0! History joke! Boom! Irish potato famine circa 1932. You're welcome. Has anyone in the audience ever had crabs? Like Massachusetts crabs? And I'm not talking Cape Cod, born from the ocean. I mean like crawling around the crotch of a Massachusetts prostitute, Tom Wagner! I don't know. I'm gonna just walk off this thing eventually. Anyone from Massachusetts? Was that you, Loris? Of course it was. Oh man, crabs from Massachusetts. I've never had crabs. I don't.
What do you? Okay, so I haven't either.
Cool.
This
All
is-
right. High five. No crab bros.
So-
we're no crab bros.
So let's talk about this.
We
What-
did a podcast together. Listen to it. We're no crab bros. It's not. It's not the title of the podcast, by the way.
But it could be the next episode.
It should be for the next episode.
So, what do you think about the prospect of crabs?
The prospect of crabs, that's basically having lice on your dick.
Yeah, it's scary.
That sounds awful. Or a vagina. Sorry to be sexist. Women can get crabs too, everyone. Women can get crabs too. It might be where you get them if you're a dude.
I hadn't even considered that possibility that crabs would be on my vagina.
They could be all over your vagina. Have you inspected your vagina lately? I have. No, my vagina, not Ken's vagina. I've inspected my vagina. It's right here. Somewhere here. Around here. I'm guessing somewhere near where the clitoris is, which I know where it is. I promise you, I know where the clitoris is.
Prove it.
What?
Prove it.
You want me to touch your clitoris?
Yeah.
Okay.
You said you knew I had both organs.
Unzip your pants.
This is.
Do you want me to inspect you for crabs or not? Do you want to know if you have vaginal crabs, Ken?
I give up.
You couldn't. I mean,
This started at a level that I could deal with, and then you made a joke that made me feel uncomfortable. Will Smith, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm the king of Irish crabs.
Your title for the rest of the time you're on the stage.
Who's up next?
Rosie.
I'd like to introduce you all to the vagina in the room.
We've had 3 on stage, but this is the one. Speaking of which, I want more women.
I'm the biggest cunt on stage.
I do want more women on this show. Like, I don't want to have...
Dude, I'm so proud. 3 in one night? What?
Yeah, but I hate that I have that thought. Oh my god, 3 women are on this show. Like, I just want even women.
Yeah,
like,
but then you'd have to have even people, and that's just stupid.
Then I'd have...
You want other minorities in this show, Kenneth? What's wrong with you?
Then I'd have to, like...
Next, you'll be wanting Mexicans and Asians also.
I'd have to cater to the audience as well.
He's both.
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
I said
they
I'd
were
have-
yelling at me.
And, like, I'd have to cater to the audience
Yeah,
as well.
exactly. That's not what this is about.
That's why you tell your vagina jokes for everybody.
Right. Not to, like, go off the rails or whatever, but I did want to share my Thanksgiving story.
Okay,
Just real
I have a
quick.
subject for you, but,
I want
but
that
if
subject.
you think that's funnier,
No, I want the subject. I'm just saying that I just want to comment on Thanksgiving.
can you combine them?
I don't know, can I? What's my subject?
It's the last one. Drug dealers.
Oh my god, actually I can.
Here we go.
Oh, this is beautiful. So, Thanksgiving, right? My family tradition is a little bit different than most people's Thanksgiving traditions. My family likes to get together and get high as a family together.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, really.
Like weed high?
Yes, weed high. No, we're all smoking crack. Come here, Mom. Hit this crack bowl real quick.
I don't know what kind of Thanksgiving you have.
Tom's got heroin this year. Maybe we'll get, I don't know, what's what's worse than that. Ecstasy? That's not worse.
I don't think there's any worse.
Dude, that'd be horrible to take ecstasy on Thanksgiving.
Can you imagine that? The next year we're like, yo, this is worse than heroin. Try it.
Okay, so my Thanksgiving story is that this year is unusual for my family because unlike previous years where every year we would get high together as a family, everybody, like mom would and everybody would get high together. This year I haven't been smoking weed in like 6 months. And neither was my brother, which is insane. I have never gone that long without smoking weed. So
this is the part where it turns into a personal conversation, not a stage thing. Your brother isn't getting high?
I know, right?
Does not compute.
Is concerned for my brother. What's wrong? What's going on?
Yeah.
No, we just didn't have weed, and I'm not getting high. So at one point, mom didn't want to bring up the fact that she had been getting high in the bathroom. Oh. Not in front of us and the children. Oh. I know. Why wouldn't she share that with us? The children, I'm sure, would love to have partaken. But at one point, it was obvious, and we were getting ready to carve the turkey, and Jordan is like, what is wrong with mom? She keeps giggling over everything. And around the children, I was just like, fuck Jordan, mom's too high for this shit. That fucking bitch got high without us. She knew we couldn't get high this year. She did it anyway.
She did it before high school. She's still doing it, getting high without you.
What a bitch. But secretly, I think next year I would love to slip some LSD into her drink to pay back for this year, just to see what she would do. Like, I'm sure she would just be like, oh, the turkey's the devil, Rosie.
That turkey is alive.
You killed it. The stuffing. It's not the right kind. This isn't the way I taught you to make it.
You're wondering why your mom has an empty plate. That's an LSD joke. You guys don't get it.
Don't assume they don't know what it. I'm sure that most of everybody except for me has taken LSD.
So that's you. What do you
take it now? Under your seats, everybody. LSD for everyone.
And you get acid. And you get acid. And you get acid. Why haven't you taken LSD? What do you think acid will do to you that you're afraid of?
Well, remember earlier when I was talking about those compulsive thoughts?
I don't listen to you. I'm kidding. Yes.
No, it's true. I know nobody listens to me.
They were laughing out of courtesy.
Yes.
No, I'm kidding.
They're laughing because I was standing up here and they felt bad for me.
Because you're a woman.
Yep.
You don't belong up here.
I am.
It's sympathy.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. They're
jokes.
Better
than you. Oh, you guys. Stop. Seriously though, it's because I'm afraid that I will think horrible things.
I have time and time again thought about doing acid and hosting this show.
Oh, please don't do that.
Yeah, I won't.
Good. Okay. Well, now, thank you guys so much. Kenneth has got to get to his LSD, so yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rosie Wagner. Thanks so much for coming out to this show. We'll be back here with another open mic show in 2 weeks on the 17th with some of the comics you've seen here tonight, some new ones that you didn't see. Also, New Year's Eve, myself, Tom, Rosie, and Farley, who did not perform tonight, will be opening up for the New Year's Eve DJ Fuego show here on New Year's Eve night. How many times can I say New Year's Eve in one announcement?
One more time!
New Year's Eve. Anyway, please be here for New Year's Eve. If you can't be here for that, please be here in 2 weeks. Thank you. Everyone give a round of applause for all the comics who had the balls to get on stage tonight. I appreciate all of you coming out. It really means a lot to all of us to have an audience to try these jokes out on. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Thank you. Have a good night.